Aloha and welcome. I am Patterson, a resource connector with the Office of Economic Revitalization. In this video, we will talk with Cynthia Yamasaki of the Hawai'i Small Business Development Center. Our topic is what to know when growing a business. Aloha, Cynthia, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Danye.
Of course. Every business wants to grow.
Yes.
Let's start this conversation by talking about new products and services.
Yes, new products and services. When you want to stimulate your business, you find that your existing products or services are doing well, but maybe by looking at your metrics, and looking at what you're seeing, like how do you boost that? So sometimes being innovative, introducing a new product can attract new customers, or even your existing customers might want to try some new things. So it will stimulate your business growth by broadening your audience, increasing your revenue streams, and staying competitive in the marketplace.
Okay, those are really good points. When should a brick and mortar business think about expanding to new locations?
If you're really doing well in their existing location and they think that maybe going into a new area, like say you're in Honolulu, and then you're noticing that Kapolei is really growing, so that could, and your brand name is there and people really are popular, maybe they're telling your customers, they're saying, oh, you're so good whenever I come to Honolulu. And in that conversation, you go, well, where do you come from? Thank you for being here. Oh, I have to drive into Kapolei, and I stop here just to pick up your specialty or just to see you. And you keep on having those conversations with your customers. That's a little bit of market research.
It is. Yeah.
And you take that and you go, hey, maybe I should check this out, that there seems to be an interest. And so that is a point where you do some homework. You can do some informal research, like talking to your customers, seeing what they're interested in, and also going out and just recognizing where the new development is, where there's new areas that you could grow in, that you can be competitive, that you can add value into that community and be a part of that community.
Okay, nice. And to that point, how can the small business owner stay on track with their goals while they're growing a business or doing things like expanding to new locations? Yes,
there are, I had talked about metrics a little bit, I kind of hinted at that.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's also known as key KPIs. And so key measurements that when you look at your business from the first step and through the process, what you're producing, what you're selling, what you're servicing. So you measure some key points where there's a lot of customer interface, and you kind of track that. So it's part of looking at your financial statements. Some of the story of your business is within your income statement, your balance sheet, and your cash flow. But sometimes you need like a dashboard, or where a business dashboard where it kind of tells you points that if you have some goals that you want to hit, like if you know you need to have certain margins, like your gross profit margin and your operating profit margin or things like that, it is almost like a leading indicator. I mean, you look at historical information, you look at the trends, and then it might signal something to you. So it can tell you if you're on track. Or maybe you're lagging and you need to do something. Maybe relook at, do some improvements, cut some costs. Or maybe it's just employee training or, doing a customer survey to find out where. So it's like it's like having a dashboard with key measures so that you know that you can take a glance. And when something sends off a little yellow signal to you or a red signal, it makes you stop, take a breath, kind of like focus on your business and not just running and hurrying and working in your business, to analyze and say, hey, what's going on here? And rather than doing knee-jerk reactions, thinking it through, like if I do this, how does it impact this area? So those are like what we call key performance indicators. And more simply, I would use analogy like our car dashboard.
Yes.
Right? If it tells you, oh, your fuel is getting low,
Get some gas.
get some gas and not get stuck on the highway, freeway. Yeah. So that's one thing.
Perfect. I had a question, but you summarized it perfectly. The answer, it was going to be about how do you navigate certain challenges that may pop up. But as you said, take a step back and really look at what's going on and look at that dashboard, and then you'll be able to navigate that fine.
And in addition to the dashboard, because like I said, the dashboard was more like looking at the past performance.
Yes.
You want to take a pause and have some foresight.
Okay.
Keeping up with the news, seeing what's happening with our electricity. One thing that to consider is like if there's a change in the power source, how is that going to impact your business? Yes. So if there is going to be a change in how we're charged our electricity rates, and you're normally operating at night, doing your manufacturing your product or something at night, and suddenly that cost is going to go up, rather than waiting to receive your invoice and going, whoa, what's happening? Take a look at what are some of my alternative energy resources that I can think of, or do I shift my operation? So having an awareness of what's happening in our community, the business community, things that impact your business. Everyone knows, like, okay, hurricane season is here and I have my packet ready, but what other things that you can analyze? What risks am I open to? And it's not just buying insurance to cover the costs or cover that, but what things can you do to be proactive and continue to keep your business running, to pay your employees, to pay yourself, and cover all your expenses in case something of an emergency should happen.
So Cynthia, if you could recap it for us, what are some things that are important when growing your business?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I know I went off on a tangent about all this technical things, business planning, the business tracking. But just to keep it simple, I would say the 4 Ps. First, remember your people. The people who are your customers, your vendors, and if you have employees, them. Taking care of your people, listening to them, and serving people. And if you're working by yourself, your family around you, because sometimes what you do, if you're so focused on your own business, remember to keep that balance with your family and friends. So that's one. The second would be the process. How are you doing things? Is it the most efficient and effective way? Are you, on all your efforts, you want to make sure that what you're doing produces the most outcome to the benefit without burning out. So you want to take a look at your process. It might be working this way and really well, but things may have changed. Or maybe you're innovating and you can find better ways to do it more productively and more efficiently. So that's the second. The third P would be profit. That, sometimes we want to help so many people, and if you don't have the right pricing, the plan, watching your costs, that's where, again, the dashboard, understanding your income statement and balance sheet and what it's telling to you. Now, as a business owner, you want to stick to what you're really good at. And if you're not good at doing the numbers, then put in your budget to hire someone who's good at it. Because but you want to still understand what is it telling you, right? So, but don't ignore it just because it looks like a hard thing to do. Get help.
Okay.
Yeah. And lastly, when you're expanding and growing, not only about your people, your process, and your profits, but how is it impacting our planet? Whether you're starting a business or what, we have to be aware now of resources, our natural beauty, keeping Hawaii beautiful, Oahu beautiful, and do good things for our planet. So those are the 4 Ps. Okay.
Thank you for sharing those, Cynthia. I think those are really important and will help a lot of people.
Thank you for this opportunity to share.
Of course.
Let's do more.
Yes. Thank you for sharing this great information with our audience. We have more videos about small business topics on Oahu's Business Connectors website. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us at obc@honolulu.gov. Mahalo and have a great day.